What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mellon, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Thursday, August 28, 2014, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. After 10 years and 6 kids together, one of Hollywood's hottest couples has made it official. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were married. The rap has confirmed that the Oscar-winning power couple got married on Saturday in an under-the-radar ceremony in France. Pitt and Jolie first became a couple while working together in the 2005 action movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Pitt was married to Jennifer Aniston at the time, while Jolie had divorced actor Billy Bob Thornton in 2003. It was a union that provided plenty of tabloid fodder and scandal at first, but the couple soon became known for their globe-trotting charity work and propensity for adding children to their bride. Pitt and Jolie have 6 kids together, 3 of which are adopted from Cambodia, Ethiopia, and Vietnam. They are now acting together for the first time in years in the drama By the Sea, which Jolie is also directing. Many Hollywood heavyweights didn't find out the news until days after the fact. Jolie and her father, Academy Award-winning actor Jon Voight, have been on rocky terms for years. According to Inside Edition, he was one of the people who learned of the wedding days after it occurred. He reportedly told Inside Edition, "That's nice." As the Wrap previously reported, Jolie and Pitt's romance began while the two were shooting Mr. and Mrs. Smith, while Pitt was married to Jennifer Aniston, and now the relationship entered its next phase as they are working together on By the Sea, a film Jolie is directing. Pitt's burn after reading co-star George Clooney was one of the first to offer up congratulatory remarks. Clooney told E! after learning of the marriage, "How great is that? I'm really happy for Brad and Angie and their whole family." Today's show's weatherman Al Roker was excited by the revelation too. He said, "I hope this means there's going to be a sequel to Mr. and Mrs. Smith," he joked. Legendary comedienne and E! News fashionista Joan Rivers was hospitalized Thursday after she stopped breathing during surgery on her vocal cords. Her daughter, Melissa Rivers, released an update on the status of her mother in a statement issued to NBC Nightly News on Thursday evening. And post on Twitter, Melissa says her mother is, quote, "resting comfortably and is with our family." She also tweeted, "I want to thank everyone for the overwhelming love and support for my mother. She is resting comfortably and is with our family. We ask that you continue to keep her in your thoughts and prayers." Rivers was rushed to Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City earlier in the day after she stopped breathing during vocal cord surgery. The 81-year-old comedienne and star of E's Fashion Police was transported to the hospital from her doctor's office when the procedure was taking place. Melissa Rivers co-stars with her mother on the WeTV reality series Joan and Melissa, Joan Knows Best. Melissa, who is also an executive producer on Fashion Police, flew to New York Thursday to be by her mother's side. According to TMZ, Britney Spears has just dumped her boyfriend of 18 months after finding out there's a video of him cheating on her that's being shopped around Hollywood. TMZ told David Lucado, seen in the video making out with a woman and dancing with her. It looks like they're in someone's living room. TMZ told the video was shot in early August. When TMZ called Lucado, a rep told TMZ David is very, very in love with Britney. This is unfortunate and he hopes that it all works out. Well, it didn't. TMZ called Britney's camp for comments, and they were told her father, Jamie, wanted to say something about it, but wanted to tell Britney first. It appears as soon as he told her, she broke up with David. Singer Sean Kingston is being sued by a New York City jeweler for not paying for several pieces of really, really nice jewelry and 2 pieces of cubic zirconia, as TMZ has learned. According to the lawsuit filed in New York, Kingston got more than $200,000 worth of ice from Avi Da Jewelry from 2008 to 2013, but never paid for any of it. In the suit, Avi says Kingston wrote checks 7 different times over the years, and they all bounced. Avi claims the order throughout the years included watches and chains, 2 featuring Kingston's initials, a diamond Jesus piece, a belly button chain, and a cubic zirconium necklace and bracelet. The jeweler also claims Kingston never returned a $12,000 ring he loaned him for a 106 in Park appearance. In all, Avi claims he owes $226,200, and he wants an additional $1 million in punitive damage. TMZ reached out to Kingston, but so far, no word back. Legendary WWE wrestler Jake the Snake Roberts was rushed to a Las Vegas hospital Wednesday night, and doctors say he has double pneumonia. The WWE Hall of Famer fell ill on a flight from Atlanta to Vegas and was immediately hospitalized when he landed. TMZ told he's been in and out of consciousness ever since. Wrestler Sin Bobbi, who has been at Jake's bedside all night, told TMZ Roberts went to a doctor 2 weeks ago and was told he had the flu and needed to rest. Bobbi says Jake's been in pain since, but it didn't think it was a big deal because of the prognosis. TMZ told Roberts is in ICU and his immune system is in bad shape. Doctors are letting him rest for a few days while they take more tests. Bobbi adds, right now, we're all just staying positive. Joseline Hernandez says she was not on drugs during that ugly brawl on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So says her husband, Stevie J, who told TMZ they're going to sue the liars who said she was high. Stevie claims his co-star Athea Eaton made up the story about Joseline smoking crack cocaine before attacking her last month at the reunion show. Athea is suing Joseline for assaulting her. Stevie told TMZ the suit is BS because Althea and her husband Benzino started the fight by talking crap in the first place. He claims Althea's lawsuit is a smokescreen to hide the fact that Benzino slugged Joseline during the tussle. Stevie says he and Joseline have lawyered up and plan to countersue because, quote, no grown man should hit a woman. TMZ called Benzino, who told TMZ, it's clear that him and his whore jumped off the couch and attacked us, and whatever happened from there was merely self-defense. Nick Gordon walked away from a terrible car accident Thursday morning with no major injuries, but the bad news is he got arrested for a DUI. Law enforcement sources in Roswell, Georgia told TMZ Gordon, who is married to Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobbi Kristina, lost control of his BMW, hit a curb, took out a fire hydrant, and flipped his car upside down. TMZ told it finally came to a rest after sliding around 200 feet. When the cops arrived on scene, TMZ told they discovered Nick was driving on a suspended license, and cops felt Gordon's behavior gave them probable cause to arrest him for DUI. TMZ told police did not conduct a breathalyzer test, but they're seeking a warrant for a blood test. Robert Downey Jr.'s son Indio won't have his day in court just yet. TMZ has learned his arraignment schedule for Thursday was pushed back because the 20-year-old is still getting treatment in rehab. TMZ first reported Indio was arrested in West Hollywood back on June 29th after cops observed him smoking something out of a pipe while riding in the passenger seat of a car. Indio is facing charges of felony possession of a controlled substance and misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia. Thursday in court, his attorney Blair Burke told the judge Indio is doing well in his live-in treatment facility. He's due back in court next month. Former 80s teen star Corey Feldman and his ex, Susanna, who have been legally separated since 2009, just finalized their divorce on Thursday, and he'll be paying her $750 a month in child support for their 10-year-old son. By comparison, Charlie Sheen pays more than $100,000 a month to Denise Richards and Brooke Mueller. Eddie Murphy reportedly shelled out $60,000 per month. Also, by comparison, Corey Feldman hasn't had the success of Charlie or Eddie. Susanna also gets the couple's 2002 Hyundai while he gets their 2001 Mercedes. In the document, Susanna agrees to give back the Feldman name and return to her maiden name, Sprague, the cheapest divorce settlement that Hollywood has ever seen so far. The man arrested after Philip Seymour Hoffman died on February 2nd from a lethal combination of cocaine, heroin, and other drugs avoided jail time on Thursday. Robert Vinberg was never charged with any connection to Hoffman's death, but there were connections between the two. Vinberg has said that he and Hoffman were friends but had lost touch in recent years. Some speculated that he was Hoffman's drug dealer, though he insisted that he did not provide drugs that killed the Academy Award-winning actor. The 58-year-old Canadian musician pleaded guilty in Manhattan Supreme Court on Thursday to drug possession and faces 5 years of probation as well as forfeiting the $1,284 seized from his home, as reported by the Associated Press. He also must complete 25 days of community service and continue drug treatment. Vinberg was facing possible jail time over a much more serious charge. He was charged with possession of 300 packets of heroin with the intent to sell. A guilty verdict on those charges could have seen him face jail time and possible deportation, but the prosecution ran into trouble with some of its evidence after a hearing allegedly revealed that the two detectives failed to read Vinberg his Miranda rights before he opened up to them. Vinberg's sentence will be formally handed down on October 14th. A&E's reality show Longmire is investigating the death of Gary Tuck. The Longmire crew member died early Saturday morning on his way home from the drama's set. He was 48. The A&E worker was a member of the Teamsters Local 492. Union spokesman Moises Ortega told the Wrap that his organization is investigating the accident. The accident occurred on a highway headed through the county in an area known as Stanley, New Mexico, when Tuck's car rolled over. Major Ken Johnson told the Wrap. Alcohol is not suspected. The officers believe that Tuck fell asleep. Family members told the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office that Tuck was heading home from work. The following statement was given to the Wrap on behalf of Longmire's producers, cast and crews, Warner, Horizon TV, and A&E. Our thoughts are with the family of Joe Tuck, a driver for Longmire and a valuable member of the Longmire team who sadly passed away recently. On behalf of the entire cast, crew, and studio network, we offer the Tuck family and Joe's friends our deepest sympathy and heartfelt condolences on this terrible loss. Longmire, which stars Robert Taylor as Walt Longmire, a Wyoming County sheriff who returns to work after his wife's death, premieres its third season June 2nd. Luke Diamond Phillips also starred on the series. NASCAR champion Tony Stewart is getting back behind the wheel. Following a 3-week hiatus after he struck and killed Kevin Ward Jr. on August 9th, Stewart will return to race this weekend at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It was announced on Thursday. Steve O'Donnell, NASCAR's Executive Vice President and Chief Racing Development Officer, in a statement said Tony Stewart has received all necessary clearances required to return to all racing activities, and therefore is eligible to compete this weekend at Atlanta Motor Speedway. NASCAR has remained in constant contact with his race team, and we will stay very close to the situation as Stewart returns to competition. Ward Jr., who was 20, was struck and killed by Stewart at the Canandaigua Motorsports Park in upstate New York during the Lucas Oil Super Sprint feature race. The collision happened after Ward lost control mid-race, got out of his car, and was standing on the dirt road. Ontario County Sheriff Paul Perbero said in a statement shortly after the collision occurred. As Ward stood on the track, 2 cars approached him. The first car swerved to avoid the driver out on the track. The second car, operated by Tony Stewart, struck the driver, the statement continued. Stewart, a 3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion, has missed 3 consecutive NASCAR Premier Series races since the deadly incident. Pop star Shakira is expecting a second baby. The Colombian pop star will confirm the baby news to the Spanish edition of Cosmopolitan. She was quoted in the magazine as saying, "Yes, the truth is that, yes, I'm pregnant." Speculation has grown in recent weeks over whether the voice coach was with baby. Shakira and her boyfriend, Barcelona soccer player Gerard Pique, welcomed their first child, a son named Milan, in January 2013. Earlier this year, CBS News asked the singer if she thinks they'll ever get married. She said, "If I have to marry because someone said, 'Shakira, this is the only way you can be in a relationship,' I would marry him in a second. He's the one." Shakira, who's 37, and Pique, who's 27, started dating in 2010 after meeting on the set of Shakira's music video for Waka Waka, This Time for Africa, the official song of the 2010 FIFA World Cup. In March, Shakira released a self-titled album featuring appearances by Rihanna and Blake Shelton. And finally, actor, singer, activist, and humanitarian Harry Belafonte, legendary actress Maureen O'Hara, director Hayao Miyazaki, and writer Jean-Claude Carrier will receive honorary awards at the 2014 Governors Awards, the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Science announced on Thursday. Belafonte will receive the Jean Herschel Humanitarian Award, while How Green Was My Valley star O'Hara, legendary animator Miyazaki, and Luis Burnell and Jean-Luc Godard collaborator Carriere will receive honorary awards. Of the 4, Miyazaki won a competitive Oscar in 2002 for his animated film Spirited Away, while Carriere and Pierre Ixtayeg won for the live-action short subject Happy Anniversary in 1962. Despite long careers, neither O'Hara nor Belafonte have ever been nominated for Oscars. The selections were made by the Academy's Board of Governors at a meeting on Tuesday night, but the announcement was delayed because not all of the recipients could be immediately located and notified by the Academy. Honorary Oscars have been presented on the Governors Awards show since 2009, when those awards were moved off the Oscar telecast and given a separate, non-televised event. The move allowed far more time for each individual tribute and also increased the number of potential honorary Oscars each year from 2 to 4. The rules required a majority vote of the 51 governors for the first 3 awards and a 3/4 majority for a fourth. Since the changes, 4 awards have been voted every year except 2011, in which 3 were awarded. Recipients over the years have included actors the late Lauren Bacall, Eli Wallach, and Steve Martin, producer-director Francis Ford Coppola, who got the Irvin G. Thalberg Award for producing, director Jean-Luc Godard, No Show, cinematographer Golden Willis, makeup artist Dick Smith, stuntman director Hal Needham, historian Kevin Brolo, and the Jean Herschel Humanitarian Award winners Angelina Jolie, Oprah Winfrey, and Jeffrey Katzenberg. This year's Governor's Awards will be taking place on November 8th in the Ray Dolby Ballroom in Hollywood and Highland. The event has become a popular spot on the campaigning circuit, with the room typically crowded not just with Academy members, but with actors and filmmakers from every movie in the running for awards. And that is your entertainment report for Thursday, August 28, 2014. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Mel. I'll be back tomorrow delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter @The Enter Report. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.